to work on the flexibility of the hip, the inner thighs, the whole pelvic area, especially if you're having any kind of nerve impingement or stiffness around the pelvis, we can practice Baddha Konasana. That means bound angle pose or cobbler's pose. So you'll sit on the floor, flat surface, level on your buttocks, and you'll bring the bottoms of your feet together and bring your heels towards your pelvis as much as is comfortable. Don't force it. You don't have to get your feet a certain distance towards you. It's what works for your body. So feet together, and you draw your heels towards you to your capacity today. Place your hands on the front of your shins or ankles. Breathe in through your nose and out through your nose, and you can just bounce the knees a little bit here. None of this should hurt your knees. None of it should irritate your hips. If so, this isn't the position for you right now, and you can work with someone personally, directly, to find out what does work for you, or let me know. And I can help you adjust. So these little bounces just to loosen the hip, and then inhale, bring the legs together, stretch your legs out, about mat width apart, and just roll your big toes in and baby toes out, attempting to keep your knees straight. And this just helps us to assess what the range of motion is in our hip joint, and it helps to improve it over time. So now the actual Baddha Konasana pose, we bring the heels in towards us. And what we're aiming for here is to bring the pelvis upright. So initially, when the body is more on the tight side, the pelvis will be rounded back because the tightness in the legs causes the pelvis to be rocked back and around back. So the very first aim is to bring our pelvis upright. Now, you might be here and this is your capacity. So if that's the case, you can keep your shoulders down, lengthen your spine as much as you can, little bend in the elbows, press the feet together, flex your buttocks, and think about using the feet pressing and the buttocks flexing to open your knees a little bit more without causing any pain, and breathe there. If it feels like it's too stressful to hold the ankles, you can put your hands behind you, either flat hands, no thumb sticking out. That stresses the joint and wears the thumb joint down. Either flat hands or fists, and you use that as some leverage to straighten your back. Even if you're leaning back, that's an ideal position rather than rounded. And eventually you'll come up to sitting. Or again, you can use your hands to help lengthen up, even if you're leaning back slightly. And then you'll take 10 to 15 breaths here. And this is the very first stage. Now, if you're more flexible, your heels will be closer towards you, your knees will be open, and same thing, you press the heels in towards you, flex the buttocks, open the knees to the sides, and you use the bend in your elbows to create some leverage and extension in your spine. So this is the direction we're going. This is Baddha Konasana A. There's a B version where you open your feet and fold forward, but today we'll just focus on the A version. It's also very beneficial. So always shoulders down, chest open, creating maximum length in the spine, so all of the discs between your vertebrae are very happy. Another option, if you are a person who has a little bit more stiffness, is to sit against the wall, or I'll use this. Bring your pelvis as close as you can, and then you have that to support your back and to help you to leverage up and back a little bit, and you could breathe there with your back supported by the wall. And then eventually your back becomes more and more straight against the wall, and then you can move away. So there's those two options there. And then anytime you finish this one, hands on the outsides of your knees, inhale, bring your legs together, extend them out, widen them about mat width apart. You can lean back on your arms, but try to keep a little softness in your elbow and lifting out of your shoulders. And then a few times, baby toes out, big toes in, and just testing that range of motion. So that's Baddha Konasana A, and it'll help to open up the adductors, the outer hips, and the spacing in between the pelvis where the nerves flow down into the lower body.